What's up, everyone? I'm Wes Barnes with ROI Outdoors, and welcome to episode 2 of Sagebrush Speed Goats. On the last episode, we were able to follow Brett around as he closed the distance and made a 130-yard shot on an absolutely gorgeous pronghorn buck. Even though it was his first buck, it's going to be a hard one to top because it had nice mass and some character points and things that, might be on your bucket list for some time in your life, and he actually was blessed enough to be able to do it with his very first pronghorn. On this episode, we're going to be following me around as I chase a speed goat of my own. And this hunt has a little bit of everything, from driving around, scouting, the beautiful weather, to a failed stalk, all the way to the end where I'm able to close the distance and close the deal. And you get to watch over my shoulder as I squeeze the trigger, make a 250-yard shot on an absolutely awesome buck. I'm excited to be able to bring this to you today, and let's just jump right into the action. September 19th. We're down here in Wyoming, out west of Casper, just a little ways. Been driving these back roads, and I think we just found a sure enough shooter out here on some BLM land. We are about to hike up to this knoll right here, take a peek, see if we can confirm that he is a shooter and make sure that he's in range where we can make a comfortable shot and an ethical shot. So here we go. There's no sugarcoating that one. We blew it. We had driven up to about 500 yards of this buck, and we kept that hill that you saw right in between us. It was about the halfway mark. One thing about Wyoming is the wind blows all the time, except for this time. So we walked all the way, closed that 250 yards, and we climbed up on that hill. Whenever I first got up on the hill, I was ahead in the group. And I looked over, and this buck was bedded down facing the opposite direction. He had no clue we were there. But in the process of all three of us trying to get up on that hill and get in position to film and to shoot and everything in between, that buck heard us. He stood and he turned around and looked, and he just wasn't having it. So long story short, we blew it. You know, you live and you learn. And the good thing about Wyoming is we were seeing 40 or 50 bucks a day. This was a good buck, but we knew that all we had to do is keep looking and we'd find another one. Say he's probably a good 600, 800 yards more ahead of us, but we're going to try to use this drainage to our advantage, stalk in and get close enough for a shot. So other than that, it's wide open, so it's going to be tough, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, I know that on video, it probably looks like we only stalked this buck for about 5 minutes, but in all actuality, it took us 2 hours to close the distance. We had all kinds of stuff going on in this video, trying to stay hidden, trying to use the terrain in our advantage. And I know you saw, we videoed there, you could probably see about a half a dozen grouse running along the ground in front of us in the video. But we actually flushed that covey, and it was about 15 of them. If you've never been around grouse, just picture quail the size of chickens. These things got up and it was like thunder. And I just knew that we'd blown it again and that buck was going to be gone. But whenever we eased up and looked, he was still there and he didn't pay it any mind. But in the meantime, we let the buck, everything settle down around us. We continued on our route down this drainage, and we got to a spot where it was kind of straightened out to where the buck was, and all of a sudden he popped up on this hill, and we were basically pinned down. You see us standing still in the video. It's because the buck could have seen us down in the drainage, and we had to sit there still for about 30 minutes and just hope that he didn't see us. And luckily for us, he ended up feeding off and going down the side of the hill to where he was out of eyesight again. So we resumed the stalk. We had some landmarks to bends in the drainage to where if we could make it to a certain point in the drainage, we were fairly confident that we'd be able to pop up and the buck would be right there. To our surprise, when we popped up, we looked, the buck was nowhere to be found. But there was only one place he could be. There was a hill in front of us, a small hill. We knew that if we couldn't see him right there, he had to be on the other side of the hill. So I could explain more, But let's just watch what happened.
We're stuck here. About 500 yards. Looking straight at us. We may be busted here, but we'll see what happens. There you go. He's slowing down.
Oh, I think so.
Oh, yeah. He's down. He just flopped. He just flopped.
Well, big buck down. This is the September 20th, and I just smoked a very nice buck out here west of Casper a little ways, and man, I couldn't be more excited. So that's 2 down. We got 1 more to go. But man, I guarantee you we hiked a mile stalking this thing, and that's probably a little over a 200-yard shot. I'm going to look at it on rangefinder here in a minute. But boy, I was up here with all the adrenaline going and huffing and puffing from hiking, and he busted us, man. He busted us, and me and Brett were able to whistle at him and get him to stop, and shot. Whenever we shot, you could hear whomp. You could hear the bullet hit. And so I think he was about to go down after that first shot. But hey, if I can get another shot in him, I'm getting another shot in him. So heard the wallop of the second one, and he just toppled over. So I couldn't be any more excited. And I just want to thank God for giving us the opportunity to come out here to Wyoming. This has been 7 years in the making, and it was worth every penny, every dime, everything, all the planning, all the wait. It was worth it. So thank you, Lord, for that. Let's go check him out.
He was worth stalk. He was worth the stalk.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, buddy. Yeah, I got him a little low on that first shot. That second one though, right there.
He had some mass, some height.
Dude, that's a good buck. He's got a little point or two right there, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
We followed you a long ways, fella.
Yeah, we did. It's worth it. Dude, that's a good one, man. That is a good one. Well, here we go. 2023 Pronghorn out here. Casper, Wyoming. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this. Well, there you have it. Going pronghorn hunting, that was a bucket list thing for me, and we can check that one off. But I can promise you, I know it was a bucket list thing, but I'm trying to think of ways and plan right now so that I can go back and do it again. So episode 2, we followed me around, got to watch my hunts, got to watch my adventure. Episode 3, you're not going to want to miss, because we're following Brad around as he crawls through a drainage ditch and gets prone and is able to close the deal on a handsome buck. But it's not without its ups and downs, you'll see. And you want to watch all the way through, because at the end of that episode, we're going to have our full ROI report where we talk about our budget, what we spent on the trip, ways that we could actually have done it cheaper, and just want to talk about all the planning in the whole process of it. And that way that you guys can be encouraged to do the things that we're doing. That's the whole point of ROI Outdoors. We want you to be able to do the things that we do. We're just average people just like you. If we can do it, you can. So hope to see you in episode 3. And as always, I hope the ROI on the things you do outdoors is through the roof.